Well, excitement is building across the Midlands as some students prepare for back to school. Lexington-Richland Five students head back to class on August 8th.
Can you believe it, Jamal? School is here already. Well, joining us is Dr. Akil Ross, Superintendent of Lexington-Richland School District 5, and he's here to share what kids can expect for the school year. Dr. Ross, so great to have you.
Oh, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Talk about some of your initiatives leading up to the new school year that you've been working on.
Well, one of the things is just making sure we invite everybody back to a safe and welcoming environment. We focused on growing together as our theme in Lexington-Richland Five, and it's really about understanding that in a time when elections is about divisiveness, how do we bring everybody together? And so that's students, that's families, that's our teachers and staff, really working together for our outcomes, which is to love students and make sure they grow.
Absolutely. And speaking of working together, I know safety is top of mind when it comes to, kids, parents sending their kids back to school. Talk about some of those safety measures that you guys have implemented for the school year.
Yes, that's our number one priority, is to make sure that 17,343 students can get to school and back home 180 times a year. And that starts at the bus stop. That starts from our transportation services all the way through the school. We're working on different initiatives, redesigning some of our buildings with single point entries called security vestibules to make sure that we have opportunities for screening people who come inside the building. But our number one asset for security is an app. It's called Stop It. We have worked with our insurance carrier partners to provide an app for all of our students and our staff. And so when they see something, to say something. It's been the number one thing to provide safety for all of our students and staff. And it's monitored 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Now, kind of speaking on those security measures, talk about, metal detectors, how they've been working, and do you expand them or do you keep them where they are?
Well, one of the things is with security, you're constantly evaluating, and you don't have just a security plan, you have security plans, and they innovate and they iterate off of each other. We have a safety team that is working on not only just having stationary ones, but movable ones and wands. But also I go back to surveillance, and I go back to that notion of communication. Our number one security asset has been the eyes of the people in the building. When they see something, they say something. And that's been more effective than any screening device we've had.
Absolutely. Curriculum also, Dr. Ross, has been top of mind, at the state level as well. Talk about any new programs that you guys will be implementing in LR5.
Well, one of the things that we have to keep first and foremost is our ability to make sure that our students are career ready, college and career ready, meeting the workforce needs of the future with drone technology or some of the exciting things, but also meeting today's needs, like with HVAC, having heat and air techs. So everything along the continuum for job readiness is important, but we have been recognized for some of our choice programs, like Spring Hill is one of the most recognized magnet programs in the state of South Carolina. But we have STEM programs, leadership programs, we have arts programs. Some of the things I'm excited about is we just received a $9.6 million grant to extend some of our choice programs. At Harbison West Elementary School, for example, they're working on programs where we're working on the giftedness of all children. And it's not just some select who are gifted, but every child has a gift, and they're situating that. And then at places like Seven Oaks Elementary, where 26 languages are spoken in one building. They're working on international readiness programs to align with our IB program in IRMO. So we're excited about a myriad of different programs for college and career readiness.
Talk about some of the challenges that you're facing. We know teacher shortages are not just a problem within your district, but really nationally. Talk about those teacher shortages and how the district is addressing those. Yeah,
we're seeing less and less people go into education. Think about what we've added to the plates of teachers over the last 30 years. From safety and security, they're essentially a second parent in the classroom, and those challenges are getting more and more robust. One of the things that we're doing this year is to just appreciate what the teachers are asking us to appreciate, and that's understand what they're dealing with in the classroom and then giving them the tools to grow. So we're focusing on classroom supports. I give an example. We looked at one of our classrooms, just an 8th grade classroom. It had 8 different reading levels in one classroom. As a teacher, what book do you use, or what curriculum are you supposed to use to represent 8 different classes? And so how do we support our teachers? That's the question that we're engaging in this year. I believe in a philosophy where our teachers have the supports readily available to them. A faculty having a faculty to depend on, to help them out, to assist them. And then we're also calling in from very non-traditional pathways. Right now we have 13 teachers who are classified support staff. And they went through a program and they're coming from places where they were teacher's assistants. One was a custodian. And they came through, got their degrees, and now they're classroom teachers. And so we're excited about that, having a classified to certified pathway for our teachers. So to fill the classrooms, it's really calling on those who are called to do this work and then finding multiple pathways into certification.
Absolutely. And speaking of that support, Dr. Ross, finally here, talk about how parents can get involved leading up to that first day. It takes a village, so what can they do to, take part in getting their kids ready?
It really takes a village, and one of the things that we're going to be providing parents with is an app this year. We're really excited. It's a family engagement app. This is a team effort, all hands on deck when we talk about growing together. And with this app, what we're focusing on is it's a lot of noise as a parent. If you think about all of the things that you get, I saw a study that says the average person gets 121 emails a day. Now we're emailing you, the school, the job, the work, there's so much coming at you. It's just hard to get involved. So this app is designed to help parents cut through all of this noise and get information about scholarships and summer camps and academic programs, bus schedules if the bus is late, everything to help engage families into what we're doing in Lexington-Richland Five so that they can navigate the noise and get their child to success.
And talk about just some of your top priorities moving into the new school year. What are some of your top priorities?
We have 3 main priorities. Our vision and mission is that we love and grow our children. Those priorities are going to be classroom supports, supporting the teachers in that work. The teachers have a lot on their shoulders, a lot to do. A lot of changes are coming down from cell phones to instructional materials. So how do we help our teachers navigate that? 2, teacher retention and recruitment. Making sure that not only do we attract teachers to us, but how do we retain them? We did a study with our teachers. What does appreciation look like? And there's not one single way that everybody wants to be appreciated. Some say it's words of affirmation. Do you understand what I'm going through? Some say it's just quality time. Give me time to reflect on my practice. Others say it's acts of service. Give me a hand. Help me out with what we're dealing with. And then the last thing is our district is focused on a 5-year plan. We have a referendum going in front of the voters on November ballot. And that's going to be critical to determine which way our district moves in terms of how do we meet the facility and the curriculum challenges that we have in the future.
Dr. Ross, thank you so much for sitting down with us. This has been a pleasure, and I know it's going to help a lot of parents as they get ready for the upcoming school year. It's going to be a great year in the Midlands, isn't it? All right, stay with us. We got more Sunrise coming up after this.